CloudDNS tech videos. In this video, we'll be going through how you can configure DNS monitoring options and associate them with the DNS record in ManageEngine CloudDNS. Let's get straight into it. To get started, select the monitors menu from the left menu bar and click on the Add Monitor button in the top right corner. CloudDNS offers 4 different monitoring options for you to choose. Select a suitable option that suits your requirements. We'll dive deeper into each monitoring option and see how it is configured. Let's first create a TCP monitor. So let's click on the TCP menu. This will take you to the Create TCP Monitor page. For time constraints, we are opening it in edit mode to see the fields with the values. So here you'll have to provide a suitable name for the monitor which describes its purpose, location, or the service it's set to monitor. And for the host field, you'll enter the IP address of the host you want to monitor. These hosts are the ones that are served as responses for the DNS queries to your domains. Specifying this tells the monitor where to direct its TCP checks. For the port field, specify the network port number that the monitor will use to establish a TCP connection with the host. Common port numbers are 80 for HTTP protocol and 443 for HTTPS protocol. A TCP monitor will use an IPv4 address by default, but you can enable the Prefer IPv6 toggle to direct the monitor to use an IPv6 address. For the location field, select a suitable geographical location profile from the drop-down. Or if you like to create a new customized location profile, you can click on the Add icon in the right end. This will open up the Add Location window that prompts you to enter a suitable name for the profile and select the list of geographical locations from which the TCP monitoring checks should be performed on the host. Click Save and the profile will be saved. Or if you select a particular location profile and if you'd like to edit it, you can click on the Edit button over here and add another locations to it, additional locations to it, and then save the configurations. For the check interval field, set the check interval time. This interval time determines how frequently the host's connection and performance should be monitored. A shorter interval here means more frequent checks, which could provide quicker notifications of issues but may use more resources. For the vendor field, mention the specific monitoring service or technology vendor that provides the TCP monitoring capabilities. Since your targeted hosts are monitored using CloudDNS's integrated monitoring services, select Zoho DNS. Click Save. With the finalized configurations, the monitor you're trying to create will be activated for that host. And once the monitor is created, you can always open it in edit mode, and there is a clone option on the right side of the page which allows you to clone any given monitor. You can also change its values, its name, and then you can create similar monitors, as many similar monitors as you want. Moving down, we'll be focusing on the website monitor. Website monitoring lets you track your website's availability, health, and performance from various global vantage points. It ensures that the site works smoothly by providing alerts via email notifications. Dual stack IPv4 and v6 monitoring is supported here. A website monitor enhances security and reliability by continuously updating administrators for early troubleshooting. To configure the website monitoring option, just select the website menu from when you click the Add Monitor button. So this will take you to the Create Web Monitor page. So here you'll be providing the details for the following fields. So just as the TCP monitor, you'll be providing the general details like name, protocol, host, port, and everything. So the only fields that differ here are the following, like the FQDN, where you'll be providing the fully qualified domain name, including the host name and the domain name of the website you'll be monitoring. And you'll be specifying the path of the host, like a web page or resource on your website that you're going to monitor, and enter a string of text that the monitor will look for in the response body to confirm the service is responding correctly. This is often used to ensure that a web page is not just up but also displaying the expected content. And for the expected status code, specify the HTTP status code that you expect a healthy response from the targeted host to return. So 200 OK is the standard response for a successful HTTP request. So likewise, you have other kind of responses as well. Make sure you configure the required ones from the list over here. And for the user agent field, if you want to simulate the request from a specific browser or device for sending your request and the HTTP headers, you can enter the relevant user agent string here. This will make the server think the request is coming from the browser or device specified in the user agent string. And for the other usual fields, location, check interval, and vendor, select the appropriate options and save the configurations. Now your web monitor will be activated for the host. Now let's proceed in creating a ping monitor. The ping monitoring option analyzes the performance of your organization's network by checking the availability of the IPs or hosts and connected devices. This is done by sending an ICMP echo request with code 0 to all the hosts. 3 packets will be sent based on which the monitor will be considered up if at least 1 packet is received. If no packets were received, then the monitor is considered down. These insights help you resolve and improve response throughout your network infrastructure. You can also monitor dual stack IPv4 and v6 infrastructure. To configure the ping monitoring option, select the ping menu as soon as you click the Add Monitor button. So this will take you to Create Ping Monitor page, and you'll have to provide the details for the following fields. These are the usual fields. Provide the name for the monitor, and for the host, provide the IP address of the host that you're going to monitor using the ping checks. And you can enable the prefer IPv6 toggle if you'd like to enable the monitor to use an IPv6 address for monitoring, and specify the location profile of the monitor by selecting the relevant location profile from the drop down below or create a new one. Interval field, select the relevant check interval frequency. This decides how frequently you want to monitor the host's connection and performance. Since you're using CloudDNS's monitoring facilities, just select Zoho DNS as the vendor for that is carrying out the ping monitoring for this particular host, and save the configurations. So now let's focus on the fourth type of monitor, DNS monitor. The DNS monitoring option monitors the selected DNS name server and ensures DNS translation is done securely and properly. With the help of DNS monitoring, you can secure your DNS service and prevent unauthorized changes from being made in the records. This increases reliability by ensuring clients receive the right IP to the right domain name. You can also monitor dual stack IPv4 and v6 infrastructure. So to configure the DNS monitoring option, select the DNS menu as soon as you click the Add Monitor button. So this will take you to Create DNS Monitor page. Here you can enter the details for the usual fields like monitor name, host, prefer IPv6, and check interval, location profile, and vendor. So these are all covered in all the TCP monitor that we covered first. And the only fields that differ here are the name server, lookup type. So for the name server field, mention the specific DNS server to query against. This could be a public DNS server like one from Google, or Cloudflare like Google's 8.8.8.8 or 1.1.1.1. So these are the public resolvers of Google and Cloudflare, or a private internal DNS server. So you can mention the port number, and you can specify the lookup type. Specify the type of DNS records you want to query. A records map a domain name to an IPv4 address, while quad A records map a domain name to an IPv6 address. So you can mention the type of lookup here and you can save the configurations. So this will create an active DNS monitor for the specified host, and this will create a monitoring check from the locations provided in the location profile to the and make a DNS query request to the particular host. To access the DNS records of a zone, select the domains menu and click through a domain name. So here we'll be clicking through the domain name brighton.com to access its records. Now you can select the record representing the zone of your interest, or you can create a new one. We'll create a new record. So here we'll be having the host name as b.brighton.com, and now all we have to do is associate the active monitor that has been already created for a host. We just have to map this host in a failover mode to put the monitor in action. So the monitors can be associated only in the failover mode. So CloudDNS offers two types of failover modes. Select the failover type based on the needs of your organization, whether be it weight-based or priority-based. That's up to you. Now we'll map the host now. So here you'll have to provide the IP of the host that has been enabled with the monitoring option. So we'll enter 8.8.8. So you'll receive a notification on the availability of the monitoring in the top right corner of the page, just as how it appeared now. Now you can go and select the monitoring option you've configured for the IP of the host. Once a monitor is active and up and running, you can just get into the monitors menu to see how it's performing. So all you have to do is click through it to see the associated records. So you'll be able to see all the records of the zone associated with this particular monitor. This gives you a short glimpse of the records associated with the monitor, and you can always get into the right side of the panel to see the performance of the monitor, edit the monitor, or suspend the monitor for temporary reasons, or you can delete the monitor for good. So if you'd like to access the reports of the monitor, so just click on the reports icon. Once you get into the reports page of a monitor, you'll get to see the current configurations of the monitor, and you'll be able to see the current status of the monitor. And the section over here, the latest report of the latest poll details will be displayed over here. So you see these are the three locations associated with the location profile of the monitor, and this will display the details of the last poll. So whether the status is up or down, it will be mentioned over here, and what's the response time. So this is the response time for the last poll. So this will be displayed in the bar graph. The exact details that are captured over here will be represented visually in the form of a bar graph. And for the section over here, you'll be able to see the status counts of each location in the location profile for the last 24 hours. So this is the sum up of all the up counts, and this is the sum of all the down counts. And you'll also have a bar chart representing the average response time for each location. So you'll get to see this bar graph for each location. And then you get to see a line graph representing the response time for each location. The line graph you see here represents each line graph over here represents each location in the location profile. So you can adjust the timeline, whether you need a report for today or for the last 7 days or last 30 days. You can customize the timeline, and then you can travel through time to see the performance of the monitors for all the three from the three locations as you scroll through this scroll bar. So this gives you the how the response time modifies for from each location for the mapped host. CloudDNS's DNS monitoring options help you stabilize and enhance the performance and health of your organization's network, connections, websites, and hosts by consistently monitoring their activities, quickly updating and alerting administrators for immediate troubleshooting of issues and security breaches. These integrated monitoring checkups increase the security and reliability of your DNS resources, reducing downtime for your clients. And this marks the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. Dive deeper into ManageEngine CloudDNS and discover how you can host and manage your domains for optimal speed, high security, and intelligent traffic steering capabilities. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content from CloudDNS. See you again in the next video.